Dear students, now I am going to tell you about the hormones of testis, ovary and placenta. You know that testis, male gonad, paired ovoid bodies present inside a special coelomic sacs called scrotal sacs. Testis performs two functions. The one is the production of sperms inside the seminiferous tubule, the coiled tubule, what you see here inside the testis. In between these seminiferous tubules, there are cells are there. They secrete the male sex hormone, that is the steroid hormone called testosterone. These cells are called, they are in between the seminiferous tubule, they are called interstitial cells, or else they are called Leydig cells. Testosterone hormone or androgen hormone is under the regulation of hypothalamus. You know that you have studied how hypothalamus is controlling the other endocrine glands through pituitary. So similarly, hypothalamus secrete gonadotropin releasing hormone, releasing factor, which in turn it helps in the release of secretion and release of luteinizing hormone LH and FSH from the adenohypophysis. So the FSH brings the spermatogenesis, whereas LH is responsible for the interstitial cells or Leydig cells to secrete testosterone. So this is how the testosterone is it is regulated through hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis through negative feedback mechanism or regulation. So testosterone is the primary androgen responsible for masculine development. So masculine characters in the case of males, it is because of testosterone. So it is the hormone, the transition of the boy into the puberty or else to the manhood. So it is responsible for the healthy development of male sex organs, testis, and the growth of secondary sexual characters during puberty. The secondary sexual characters in the case of male, the growth of facial and body hair, masculine voice, increase in height, then the increase in the muscle mass, growth of the Adam's apple. Adam's apple means you can see the how exactly the thyroid cartilage, so that is prominent among the men. So it is, all these are secondary sexual characters that appears during puberty and converting a boy into a man. So this under the regulation, all these characters and they are brought by the testosterone. Testosterone in adult man regulate the sex drive or libido, or else the adult bone mass, fat distribution, muscle mass, and the male strength. It is because of this hormone. So this also in the males are the men having 1 million RBCs number is more among men when compared to the women because of this hormone. So because the increased oxygen, increased muscle mass, that requires more oxygen. To provide more oxygen, there is an increase in the number of RBCs you will find in the case of man. So it is testosterone is a protein anabolic hormone, and it brings the protein synthesis and skeletal and muscular growth, metabolism of nitrogen, potassium, phosphate and fluoride ions. It increase the metabolic rate, and it balance the regulate the water and the electrolyte balance in the blood. So all these are the functions of the testosterone. Testosterone, as I said, it is the seminiferous tubule where you can see the sperms are produced. In between the section, this is the section, you will find the Leydig cells or interstitial cells. They secrete testosterone. It is a C19 hormone. It is a C19H28 and O2. It is are synthesized from the basic substance cholesterol. So testosterone is necessary for proper physical development in case of boys. So the lower amount of testosterone, you will find there is a differences. You can see highly muscular body, the proper normal or increased amount of testosterone, you can see the increased muscle mass, and you can see what six packs, whatever, there is the mental focus, elevated mood, confidence, the male strength, all these because of this hormone. So the decreased amount of this hormone, you can see the lack of focus, constant fatigue, tiredness, feeling of tiredness, decreased athletic performance, all this you can see, lowered sex libido, all this. So as you can see, at the age of 25 to 30, the highest amount of testosterone in the body. As the age advances, you can see in the old age, the decreased secretion, you can see the testosterone levels in man after 25th year, it begins to decline in an average of 1.25% per year. So this is about testosterone, male hormone, and this male hormone is important for athletic performance. So many athletes are actually they also take this anabolic steroids sometimes, and you can see that's what you can see, the doping case and all, they are prohibited from the games and all. So these are it enhances the athletic performance because it increases the muscles and also sudden energy, the boosting and all this. So that's why you can see that is these athletes or else the sports people, both men and women, they are some other time they are rely on this testosterone to build up their muscles. So next is the female sex hormone, it is estrogen. The paired ovaries you will find in the abdomen, dorsal wall of the abdomen. Each ovary when ripe show tiny projection called mature follicle. You will find this is the picture of the ovary. You will find these are all the developing follicles. Then you can see the fully developed follicle, and Graafian follicle releases the ovum and it turns into a structure called corpus luteum. So this during the you can see growing follicles, they secrete hormone estrogen, and after the ovulation the corpus luteum secrete the hormone progesterone. So both are under the regulation of hypothalamic pituitary ovarian HPO axis negative feedback regulation, as you've seen in the case of testosterone, similar type of regulation you will find. So the first estrogen. Estrogen is called a female sex hormone secreted by the fibroblast cells of theca interna of ovarian follicles. Estrogen produced are of three kinds: estrone, this is estrone, estradiol, estradiol and estriol. So all these are interconvertible, you can see. Estradiol is the one, it is the 1,17 beta estradiol is the common estrogen in mammals. In the human females, it is responsible for, it is highest in the reproductive years. They are the primary sex hormones formed from the ovarian follicles. So estrone is the weaker estrogen present after menopause. After the reproductive period, in the case of human female, it is the menopause period. It is during menopause you can see the estriol, estrogen present during the pregnancy, that helps in the growth of the uterus and prepares the body for this is estrone. So all these are together, they are called estrogen. So this estrogen is produced, you will find that is these are covered by theca interna and externa the theca interna producing this, and after the synthesis of the theca walls of the interna, this they are secreted in the form of androgen. So this androgen is converted into estrogen, and in the granulosa cells, in the granulosa cells of the, this is the granulosa layer. So this in the presence of an enzyme aromatase. So estrogen is also produced in number of extragonadal organs, adrenal, brain, adipose tissue, skin, pancreas, both in man and the woman. So it is the more estrogen is produced in the ovary. So this what are the functions of this the female sex hormone? The functional role of estrogens are mediated by estrogen receptors. So these estrogen receptors are found in many body cells, including brain, fat, liver, bone, pancreas, intestine, adrenal, and it is also present in the uterus, cervix, and all these organs. They have the estrogen receptor on their cell surface. So this estrogen is responsible for female characteristics, feminine characteristics. So female secondary sex characters such as feminine voice, then the development of the breast, smooth vascular skin in among women, fat accumulation in abdomen, hip region, wider hips, pubic hair and armpit hair. All these secondary sexual characters are because of the presence of this estrogen. And also the female sexual functioning, so this is very important. It is also important for the bone health of the woman. So all these are the functions of the estrogen. Estrogen brings a sexual cycle in mammals, estrous cycle in non-primates. Non-primates such as in the case of cats, cattle and all, you can see it is called estrous cycle. Then in the case of primates, including human, it is called menstrual cycle. Estrogen helps to regulate the menstrual cycle, controlling the growth of uterine lining during the first part of the menstrual cycle. If the woman's egg is not fertilized, estrogen level decreases after this ovulation, and then you can see the post ovulatory period, then the menstruation begins. If the egg is fertilized, estrogen works with the progesterone, another hormone, to stop the ovulation during the pregnancy. So this is how the estrogen is very important for the development of the ovum and ovulation, and also the you can see the for the preparation of the uterus for the receiving the embryo, and all this you will find. So this different, you will find the follicular development, early follicular phase, you can see, then these are the ovulatory phase, then luteal phase. This is the menstrual cycle of 28 days. So you will find in the first the part of this, you can see the development of the Graafian follicle, fully developed follicle, and between the mid of the cycle ovulation takes place. After this ovulation, releasing of the ovum from the ovary into the oviduct, then this Graafian follicle develop into another endocrine structure. This is called corpus luteum. This corpus luteum, between the after the ovulation till the 25th day of the cycle, it secretes the hormone progesterone. See different hormone level during this menstrual cycle. So in the early phase, you can see there is a FSH, this is green in color. Then during the ovulation period and final maturation of the follicle, there is a LH surge, increased amount of LH. And you will find the estrogen also increase during the period of ovulation, maturation of the follicle, you can see here. So then after that, you can see the estrogen decreases, progesterone dominate, pink color you will find. So this is all these four hormones are very important. They maintain they bring the menstrual cycle. Then another female sex hormone is the one progesterone. So this also the steroid hormone secreted from the basic substance cholesterol, and it is called, progesterone is called pregnancy hormone. It maintains the pregnancy for its full term. Secreted by the corpus luteum, as I said, showed you, after the release of ovum after the ovulation, the ovary develop into the endocrine structure. It is called corpus luteum. So this corpus luteum of the ovary, it is secretes the it's a temporary endocrine gland, and it release the it produced after the release of the egg from the ovary, and it's also smaller amount of progesterone secreted in the adrenal and also in the placenta, and all these progesterone, they maintain pregnancy. Progesterone is a steroid hormone secreted by the corpus luteum during the luteal phase of the menstrual cycle, and continued secretion after conception occurs. Then you can see it is in the luteal phase. This is the luteal phase, that is the post ovulatory, after the ovulation up to the 25th day, it is called luteal phase. You will find the hormone progesterone, and after, if there is a conception occurs, then this progesterone will be continued. This corpus luteum keep on producing progesterone. Apart from that, placenta develops in the and that also in the womb, that also produces progesterone. Progesterone brings following functions. So this you can see the movement of the ovum in the fallopian tube. Then they prepare the uterine endometrium for implantation. So the endometrium in the uterus. So this is the endometrium. So this endometrium will be prepared to receive the embryo. Then it inhibits the uterine muscle contraction during pregnancy. Pregnancy period, the uterine muscles, they cannot contract under the influence of progesterone. It also inhibits the ovarian follicles to develop new follicles during pregnancy. So the enlargement of mammary glands and milk secretion during pregnancy in the you can see the final trimester of the pregnancy. The mucosal thickenings of the cervix by progesterone plays an important role to bring the innate immunity during pregnancy. Progesterone regulated similar to testosterone, it is a negative feedback mechanism from the hypothalamus and the pituitary. The hypothalamic pituitary ovary axis that regulate this hormone. So what happens when there is an imbalance of estrogen and progesterone? Estrogen mediates various physiological and pathological processes in the reproductive, cardiovascular, skeletal, endocrine, nervous and immune system. So it leads to the imbalance of this estrogen leads to infertility. They unable to become you can see there is unable to bear child. Then endometriosis. So endometriosis means endometrium like tissue develop in the different parts of the ovary. Then polycystic ovary, PCOD, it's a so many the ripe ova in the ovary. Then where it also the cancers of ovary, uterus, cervix and all this you can see. So all this because of imbalance in the estrogen. Similarly, progesterone hyposecretion, irregular or heavy menstrual bleeding, PCOD, a drop in the progesterone during pregnancy can result in a miscarriage and early labor, and a synthetic progesterone given to delay the onset of the labor. So nowadays if there is a low they will check the hormone titer during pregnancy. If there is a drop in the progesterone, immediately the synthetic progesterone will be given, and that will support the pregnancy for its full term. So next is the last endocrine gland is the placenta. Placenta, you know that it is a association between embryo and maternal tissue or the uterine tissue for the purpose of physiological exchange between the maternal and the fetus. Placenta is a structure formed by the union of fetal and maternal tissues for the purpose of nutrition, respiration, excretion of the embryo. It is a physiological, this is the structure. So this is what the placenta. It brings the absorption of the oxygen, nutrients, then vitamins from the maternal blood to the fetal blood. Placenta acts as a barrier. It checks the passage of the toxic material will be prevented from the maternal blood entering the fetus. It also brings the antibodies produced by the mother and brings the early immunity for the fetus, developing fetus. So important one is here is it placenta is or it's a endocrine gland. It produces more than 100 and odd hormones. So I am not discussing all those hormones. Some important hormones. Placenta is a temporary endocrine organ. It is during the pregnancy. They produce hormones which maintain the pregnancy to full term, and also preparing the in the final during the termination of the pregnancy, the labor or the parturition also brought by this placental hormone. Important one, placental hormone HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. It functions similar to LH like function of the pituitary. It promotes the growth of corpus luteum in the ovary and secretion of the progesterone. It is very important. Progesterone is a pregnancy hormone, and also the placental estrogen. These sex hormones prevent the menstruation and brings the growth of the endometrium. So that is the HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. Then placental estrogen, that brings the development of the breast and uterus enlargement during pregnancy. Placental progesterone brings the continuation of the pregnancy. Then very important, relaxin, that is secreted termination of the pregnancy. It brings the relaxation of the hip bones and makes easy passage of the fetus through birth canal, and that is relaxin softens the cervix of the pregnant woman during the time of the delivery. Then one more is human chorionic somatotropin. It is the protein hormone of the placenta secreted by the cells of the placental villi. HCS promotes the development of the breast and maintains the corpus luteum. So these are all the hormones of the placental hormones. They are very important to maintain the pregnancy. So these are the amount of placental hormones during the pregnancy period. You can see this is the chorionic gonadotropin, HCG. It is in this early part of the pregnancy. Progesterone, you will find estrogen level, prolactin level, relaxin level, and oxytocin level, and during the pregnancy. So this is about the human endocrine glands and their functions and their what happens when there is a hyposecretion and hypersecretion. Here ends the topic human endocrine glands. Thank you.